Hello. How's everybody doing today? Brother John Stewart on behalf of Lost Sheep Ministries, here to take y'all on another little walk with the word for today. So today I got a lesson that all of us need to hear, something all of us need to get back to, because it's something that I'm pretty sure most of us don't even realize that we do. I know I lived a huge majority of my life doing this thing, or actually not doing this thing, and never really paid attention to it until I really started serving the Lord. So tonight I'm sharing with y'all Psalm 37, verses 3 through 6. Beautiful thought, and something that we all need to think about and get back to before it's too late. So in Psalm 37, verses 3 through 6, it tells us this. It says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday." Man, see, this world has a way of keeping us distracted. It's always something going on. It's always something to be worried about, or to be mad about, or to be sad about. You know, right now we got these riots going on, the ICE protest, and back in the day it was Black Lives Matter and George Floyd and I mean Trump getting into the presidency, the insurrection. I mean, it's always something. There's always something going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the emergence of social media and now AI, and the fact that we basically walk around with supercomputers in our pockets every single day. It's always something going on. Always something for you to be worried about, or mad about, or sad about, or upset about, or want to ride about. Always. From the moment you wake up, you got something vying for your time and attention for that day. And the bad part is, we so happily give away, all of our time and attention to everyone and everything except the one that actually deserves it, which is Jesus Christ. I mean, think about it. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? You know what I'm saying? What's your morning routine? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? For a vast majority of people, you know what I'm saying, especially our young people, they really bad at this, but for a vast majority of people, the first instinct that they have is to grab their phones and start looking through their notifications. Oh, I gotta see what happened when I was asleep. Gotta see what such and such did. Gotta see what Kanye said today. You know what I'm saying? I got to see what Trump did today, what Elon and Trump did. They won. They fighting. Elon was dancing in front of Trump. It's always something weird. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. We got to get up and get our phones and see what all we missed the night before. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, it's coffee, which I understand, which is understandable. Sometimes some people need their little pick-me-up. I know some of them don't start before coffee, so it's understandable. But if you truly love the Lord like you say you do, then your first action of the new day should always be toward God. The first thing, your first thought should be toward God when you wake up and you see you got you another day. The very first thing I do when I open my eyes in the morning and I see that I'm still here, I thank God for blessing me with another day. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'm not even trying to be facetious. That's it. I've gotten the habit of doing it. I've committed myself to doing it. When I open my eyes, sometimes I'm so used to doing it that even if I take a nap during the day, when I wake up from that nap, I thank God first. And I'm like, oh man, I was already thanked him this morning. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you can never thank God too much. But I'm such a habit that when I wake up, the first thing I do is thank God. I'm committed to doing it because I want him to be my first thought of the day. You know what I'm saying? I thank him for giving me another day, and then I thank him for giving me another chance to hopefully get it right, because that's what every new day is. Every new day you have is an opportunity to get it right. And I pray, like, Lord, thank you for this day, and I pray that I'm able to get it right again today. You know what I'm saying? But most people will go about their entire day and not one time even think about God throughout that day, let alone acknowledge his goodness in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Then we wonder why we don't have the blessings that we want. We wonder why we don't have the things that we want. We wonder why we're not getting elevated, because we're not putting God first. And that's the problem. They just go about their day, giving all their time and energy and effort unto everything else except the one that sustained them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's what the world wants. Because as long as it can keep you distracted, it can keep you deprived. You see what I'm saying? Because we often put God on the back burner. That's what we do. We put God on the back burner for every single day. We put him on the back burner so we can go out and work, or go out and hustle, or go out and do whatever we need to do to provide for ourselves and our families, so we can have all the stuff that we want. Sometimes it ain't even stuff that's necessary. It's just stuff that we want. You see what I'm saying? But if you pay attention to these verses right here, it tells you the only thing you need to do to have your heart desires. And the only thing you need to do is put God first. That's it. That's what these verses are saying. If you put God first, you'll have everything you want. You'll have everything in your heart. You got to put him first. That's it. And when you put him first, then you will have your heart's desires. One of my favorite verses, kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, same thing. I quote it all the time. One of my favorite verse to quote, Matthew 6:33, and it says this: "Seek ye first seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and the rest of these things shall be added to you." See, he reiterates this because Psalms, of course, is Old Testament, and this is actually Jesus teaching the same concept in New Testament, because that's the key. That's the key to having your heart desire, because that means that if you before you get up and you grab that phone, you know what I'm saying, you should be throwing up a prayer. Before you get up and grab that phone, you should be throwing up a prayer, putting God first. Before you hop on social media, you should hop in the Bible. Put God first. You know what I'm saying? Before you go to somebody gossiping, you should go to them with the gospel. Put God first. You see what I'm saying? Because when you do that, then you'll start seeing the true blessings of God working in your life. And you'll have all your heart desire, because the desires of your heart would change. See, that's the key. See, that's why when he say, "Oh, so you telling me," and there were more people think, "Oh, you telling me, so if I go to God, I'm going to have all the women and the clothes and the cars and the money and all the stuff I want." No, no, no. He said you had the desires of your heart. But see, once you get into that word, once you start putting the word of God first, you will have the desires of your heart, because the desires of your heart will change. You won't want these worldly things no more. You'll start thinking about more spiritual things. And what'll happen, you'll go from selfishly wanting things for yourself, you know what I'm saying, to want things that's going to benefit the kingdom. You know, I look at my life, and I spent so many years living for myself, and I never got anywhere. I mean, I was hustling. That was one point in my life, bro. And I'm not even saying this just like, oh, I was working like 100 hours a week. I was literally working 2 full-time jobs, and then each one of them I would work overtime. So for like a span about 3 years, I was literally working 100 hours a week, and I still barely got anywhere. I never got anywhere. I just felt like I was on this hamster wheel running in place. Never got anywhere. But now I'm in the highest position I've ever been in. And the only thing that has changed in the last 21 years, but is solely responsible for me being in this elevated position I'm in today, is I started putting God first. And that's what happened. 21 years ago, I dedicated myself to him, and it's been nothing but blessings ever since. But here's the thing. You have to be able to commit to it. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. That's the only way you're going to be able to remain faithful. You got to stay committed. And the thing is, I know that sounds hard. You say, well, it's hard for people to commit. It's really not. We do it all the time. We just usually commit to BS. You know what I'm saying? But we do it all the time. It should not be a problem for us to commit, because we love committing stuff, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up around drug addicts. And I'm going to tell you something about a drug addict. They are committed to their habit. You know, Jesus said, he said, if you really love me, then you got to put me first. He said, if you really love me, I got to come before your family. I got to come before your mother and your brother, your dad, your sisters. I got to come before everybody. And guess what? Drug addicts put their habit before everybody. I've seen it first personally. You know what I'm saying? Same with alcoholics. They have no problem committing to getting that drink. You know what I'm saying? They put that drink before everybody. That's why drug addicts and alcoholics often lose everything, because they put their commitment to that thing more than they do their family. So we have no problem committing. You look at gang members. Man, gang members are committed to that gang. I dare you to say something about that gang. They would kill you over there. They'll give up their whole lives and go to prison and live in prison forever over the fact that somebody wore a different color than them. They're committed to that. And then you look at all these protesters all around the country rioting and tearing up stuff and looting. Why? Because they're committed to their cause. So we have no problem with committing, but we commit to BS. So just imagine if we can take that same energy and that same commitment and put it on something that's actually valuable. Put it on something that actually get us somewhere. Put that same energy and commitment to putting God first. Imagine that. If we can do that, then we will truly have a life that's worth living. And that has been your little walk with the word for the day. I pray these are blessing y'all. They are. Make sure you like, share, comment, tag, repost, save it to your TikTok, do all this stuff to help your boy out so I can get in the algorithm, get this word out there. Make sure you follow me, you know what I'm saying? Because follow me as I follow Christ, because that's all I'm planning to lead you to, because that's the whole point of me doing all this. You know what I'm saying? If you want to catch my full sermons, catch me on Facebook Live, 7 p.m., Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then I post them on my Facebook page, and I also put them on my YouTube page. And you need to find all my little social media outlets. Just go to lostsheepministry.com. You can find them all all there. If you're not 100% sure about your salvation, reach out to me and let me know, and I'll put some time and schedule to go over the gospel with you. I love y'all. Remember, watch your back and pray. Peace.